Hey guys, what's up? It's Kyle with Max Conversion. Today I've got an exciting video for you walking you through a junk removal Google Ads campaign. This is a new client. Started it. We're going to be showing you from September 8th to 20th. Brand new client. They start off on a strong foot, and I'll explain why. Sometimes companies will start off on a stronger foot than others, even though you're using the same campaign. So this client is getting, with $630 spent, they've gotten 21 leads, phone calls or form submissions, at about $30 a piece at 68 clicks. So the numbers are really good. They're looking really good so far, and we will continue to work to improve those. In this campaign, it's just a little bit different because we're using broad match and we're trying a few different things out. So it started off on a strong foot, and I want to show you why. So let's jump into the ad groups. So you notice here that we're using a target CPA bidding strategy. Target CPA is by far it's just the best bidding strategy if you can use it. Now, with a new campaign or a new Google Ads account, you don't want to use a target CPA bidding strategy. One, because you have no conversion data. So if you don't have any conversion data, you're going to spend a bunch of money, and the target CPA just doesn't work. So at the beginning, you typically want to use maximize clicks or manual CPC. One of those two will work out best for you. Two, having conversion tracking is very important. So if you're setting this up yourself, and you're not sure if the conversion tracking is set up properly, make sure you get a company to check that, or just somehow confirm that the conversion tracking is set up right. If you're running Google Ads, don't start running the campaign until the conversion tracking is set up 100%. But this account had data already. It had conversion data. Even though this is a new campaign, it already had the conversion data. So we decided to start it off with a target CPA bidding strategy, which is very good. And so you see here that we're getting about a 32% conversion rate here. We're getting 50%, 42%. Overall, we're getting about a 30.88% conversion rate, which is excellent. That's a very good start, and we only hope to improve that from there. So here is the ad group we're running it with. We're mainly junk removals, getting most of the clicks. We've got some garage clean out conversions. No conversions there yet. We've got hoarder clean out conversion. We've got one of those, 3 shed removals, some rubbish removal, and some other various clicks and impressions. But the junk removal ad group, that one's always going to be the one with the most volume. So we're getting about a 60% top impression share, which shows us that there's room for more. So we can bid more, we can get a better quality score, and we can show up more. There's still room to spend some budget, which is excellent. But you notice here we have the furniture removal ad group pause, we have the mattress, and we also have appliances. And the reason why we did that is we ran furniture for the first week or so and decided that too many single item pickups. We don't want single item pickups, and we want to remove them at any cost. So couches, bed frames, mattresses, appliances, sofas, just general furniture, we don't want to show up for. So we paused those 3 so we could allocate more budget to just general junk removal terms as well as clean out terms. So, and that's another thing is while this gets a lot of impressions, a lot of clicks, you don't want to skimp out on the cleanouts as well. And you notice that we have a different target CPA here. We've got 45 for hoarder cleanout, 45 for shed removal, and the reason why is those are a bit bigger jobs than just general junk removal terms. So we're telling Google we're willing to bid more. We want to show up for those terms when you change the target CPA. So sometimes it's not beneficial to have the same target CPA down the line. You really want to modify it to where you can. You know, bigger jobs, you're willing to spend more per lead than you are on smaller jobs. So like if we were running the furniture removal ad group, I would almost recommend having it at 25, seeing if you can get leads at 25. And this garage cleanout should be a little bit higher. So because we're getting 85% top impression share, about 76, and then 70 here. So there's still room for showing up more and possibly getting those clicks in jobs as well. So let's jump into the keywords. We're using broad match on this campaign, which is unique. We don't always run broad match, but it's proven to be pretty good here. We've got a 26% conversion rate and a 43% conversion rate on general junk removal. Here's our junk removal ad group. These are all the keywords we use. This is going to be, if you have this one in your Google Ads account, this is typically going to be your one that gets the most clicks and most impressions. You just show up most with it. But even though we're running broad match, you might think you might be getting found with bad search terms, but we're not. All the search terms that we're being found with, all being found for, are all good. Junk removal Austin, junk removal near me, garage clean out, garage junk removal, Yard debris, remove junk from my home. Junk removal tool, we went ahead and negative tool here when that showed up. But pretty much all good all around. Even though it's a broad match, we do have an extensive negative keyword list, which helps the broad match not go too wild. If you have experience with broad match and you don't have negative keyword list, you're going to get clicks for everything. You're going to get clicks for junk luggers, 1-800-GOT-JUNK, recycling, sanitation. And we already have that all added as a negative. So when we started this campaign, we could use broad match. Even though there's some that still pop up, we're able to go in there each day and negative keyword them, hopefully before you get any clicks on them. But if they do get a click, then they're negative keyword. They're not going to be added again. But very few slip through. So only run broad match if you already have a negative keyword list. If you don't, keep it to phrase and exact. Now, another thing we're doing with this campaign, and this doesn't impact targeting yet, but we put a bunch of audiences on observation mode, which basically means Google's got in-market audiences. They've got audiences that they've kind of outlined for you. And what we do is we put these audiences on the campaign, and we put them on observation mode, which means we don't change the reach, don't change the targeting of the campaign, but what we do is we observe these types of audiences. For example, people who are interested in a bargain, we are observing them. So we see here we've got a conversion. We've got $28 cost per conversion, a 16% conversion or click-through rate, and a $7 cost per click. And these are bargain hunters. So, and then like sports and fitness, we've got 2 conversions, $17 cost per conversion. And so what we're doing here is we're collecting data, and this isn't enough data to make any sort of decision right now and say, hey, sports and fitness is perfect and we want to get rid of bargain hunters. It's not like that yet. You need a lot more data, but what you're doing is you're collecting that data. And so down the road, a couple months down the road, you're going to have more information about the campaign, and then you can narrow it down. Then you can target specific audiences, and that will be beneficial. But this is just an extra step in the campaign that you can do to collect more data and make a better decision for the campaign. But let's jump over to devices. So typically we run majority mobile phone and not on desktop. But for this campaign, the desktop is actually performing a lot better. We're getting a 36% conversion rate, a $25 cost per lead, compared to a $33 cost per lead on the mobile phone, and a 28% conversion rate. So the computer is actually outperforming the mobile phone. And this is something you're going to want to check often for your Google Ads campaign. It's different per location, per campaign. It's always different. So if your mobile phone is producing better results, then you want to change the bid adjustment, likely, if that makes sense for you. So, and increase it. If it's performing better, increase it. But right now, we're just collecting data, so we're not going to change this at all. We're just going to keep collecting that data. But basically, that's everything how we run these Google Ads campaigns for junk removers. They don't always start off this strong. It really depends on the account, but this one's starting off really strong, and I expect that we can get that cost per lead down to 25 or so. And it's in a big market. It's in Austin, Texas, which it's got a lot of volume. It's very competitive, so I'm very pleased with these results so far. If you guys are looking for any sort of consulting for Google Ads, questions, anything related to Google Ads, or you would like us to run your Google Ads for you for junk removal, give us a call. There's information down below in the comments section, and you can reach us at max-conversion.com. Fill out the form, and we'll get in touch with you. But yeah, make sure you like and subscribe if you like these types of videos. If you have any questions, put them down below in the comments or contact us, and we'd be happy to answer them.